Hey friends, we're out here on my lunchtime walk. I had an idea and it really excited me, and I hope that you'll get something out of it. It just came to me last night as I was thinking about making this video, how I have not made a video on my lunch walks in a couple of weeks. The main reason, audiobooks. I'm in a major growth spurt right now. I've been in the beginning stages of personal transformation. It started with just being in that bottom part of the cycle that we all go through, and being on the bottom of that for what felt like years. The good habits that I had developed for myself, working out and meditation and yoga and doing all the things that we know good for us. Talked about this before, about how hard it is to continue to stick to the good habits. I have been in a major rut for the last couple of years. Gained a lot of weight, aged a lot, haven't been feeling good, and I've been on a slow march back to finding myself. Again, this is not my first rodeo. I've been on this transformative cycle before. We all do it. It is part of being human. I have learned from decades of experience, starting in around 19 or 20 was when I first started reading. They call self-help books. A lot of people think it's, woo-woo stuff. All I know is at those times in my life when I've been really ready for growth, tired of my damn self, tired of getting in my own way, I've reached out to them, and they've helped me transform myself. I've always loved reading books. Admittedly, the last 5 or 6 years, I haven't read a lot of books just because my vision is going. And now later in life, I have
My vision is so bad, I can't get my first vision good enough without the compromise with my far away.
Anyway, I digress. I've been looking for inspiration myself. Some of it a reminder of what I already know. When your ego really starts to take over, you forget the lessons that you've learned. I've been listening to audiobooks now for about 9 months. Early on, it was about my health, addressing some issues that had developed over the previous years of a lot less physical activity, my diet like going to shit, not taking care of myself like I know I have to, especially in my 50s. I mean, it's important at every age. Do not mistake that. You start to feel the things that you did when you were young, and you thought that literally you couldn't imagine a time when you wouldn't feel young and strong. Trust me, there will come a time. And you have to work at it. Start young, stay strong, and you don't have to struggle so hard. We're all human. We all fall off our bandwagons of wellness and goodness that make us feel happy and healthy. I've started this journey with you guys about a month and a half ago now of recording my walk and just chatting and whatnot, getting outdoors and how it makes me feel wonderful. I truly am a tree hole. And sometimes I come out in the woods, I'm stressed out and I'm anxious. And sometimes I just stop and I literally just connect with a tree for like a minute at least, to like intentionally connect with a tree and let it absorb some of my anxiety. And, if you just kind of be open-minded about it, be surprised at what a little burst of relief you'll feel. I'm looking for inspiration right now. I'm motivated. I'm ready to kill it. But I also know that I have some limiting saboteur tendencies sometimes. I limit my greatness. Most of us do, I would say. There are those people that don't, and I know a few of them. I have a few incredible inspirations in my life. I've been out here listening to my audiobooks and getting a whole lot out of them. It's a great way to get my exercise in and get my personal growth in, my spiritual growth, my mental health, and my physical growth, because I've been listening to books about health as well. And I just had this lightning bolt idea last night that I have transformed myself before multiple times throughout my life. I have overcome things that kept me from finding real love in my life. And trust me, it took a lot of work, but I was able to transform that, and I was able to learn a lot of these tricks to myself early on in life. I want to share some of that knowledge. I found that when I listen to an audiobook, he'll say something that gets me thinking, and then I'll forget to pause it, and then I'll just keep thinking, and then I'll forget, and then I realize I haven't been listening for the last minute, so then I end up rewinding it and re-listening to it over and over and over again. I figured when that happens, I will just discuss what it was that got me thinking. And maybe we can all learn a little something, or maybe be reminded of something, be inspired by something. I haven't told you a whole lot about what my dreams are. I will be making a video about that at some point. I am trying to grow a YouTube entrepreneurship. Just having so many ideas about how to provide good content and how to make it something that helps people. So I decided to actually change the name of this channel from Let's Go Outside to Let's Grow Outside, because this is all about self-growth. This is all about breaking out of the latest cocoon, renewing myself, refocusing back on the love for myself. I certainly did not grow up having a sense of self-love. As an adult, I had to develop every ounce of self-respect, self-confidence, and self-love that I currently have. It has been a journey. And yours is going to be a journey too, friend. It ain't going to be fast. Don't start thinking that it will be. The growth is incremental. I believe our souls are infinite. In existence before we were here, will be in existence after we're here, infinitely. So we have a lot of time to get our growth in. When you're not doing the things that you know you need to do to feel good and to continue to grow and better yourself, that's when the ruts really start to set in. At least they do for me. The first time that happened and I had to reinvent myself, I beat myself up a lot thinking, what is wrong with you? How could you forget these things? How could you let yourself get back to this point again of being miserable and unhappy and, not feeling good? And then I picked myself up, I learned some new things, and I'm able to transform myself again. The main point of all that ramble to confirm for you that, first of all, it is never too late to change and to grow and to transform yourself. Never. I hope to be doing it till the day I die. In fact, that's how I'm going to prolong the day I die, is by continuing to grow and learn, and hopefully as more time goes on, I will become one of those people who don't spend very much time in the rut. They just don't. They recognize it, and then they take the necessary actions, and sometimes it's just a matter of implementing a new habit, because we're all just a bundle of neuro pathways that we've gone down 1,000 times before, and we're on autopilot. Sometimes that is both hard to recognize and feels impossible to overcome. But it is not impossible, friends. It's not. You can do it. I know I wasn't so sure about myself because there was a time in my life when I was young when I was fucked up. I'm not lying to you. I'm a much better person at this point in my life. I'm blessed. I have a lot of wonderful friends and loved ones and a job and a home. But I've created all of that for myself. I could have created something different that wasn't so satisfying. But now I'm ready for some new growth. I'm ready to get out and do what makes me feel like a magical kid again. I'm going for all the help I can get. Maybe what I learn along the way will help you along your way, and we can grow together. When those light bulbs go off, man, that shit feels so good, and you just know that you're on the right track, and and you're like, yes. And so I want to share that with you. And I think that this is an interesting way to do it, because we can do it outside while we're walking. It's kind of like walking and talking with a friend, and talking about a book that we're reading, and the cool, the cool insights that we're getting out of it. Those moments where, everything is ringing true as hell.